So we're back in for our legs, and I'll do a wee recap of the prep so far. So we're 12 weeks and 4 days out, not that I'm counting, but it's been probably the best prep ever so far. I think it's just down to the fact that I said this on my Instagram the other day, that I'm not putting too much stress or expectation on myself. I know how I want my physique to look. I know what condition I need to be in order for my physique to be its best. So we'll just keep plugging away and make sure that we reach that point, making sure the injuries and all that sort of stuff stay in a good place and the body's as fresh as humanly possible. But it's literally fallen off me. I've honestly not seen fat fall off me like this before, so that's really reassuring. I like to think in previous preps and previous years that I've come in relatively quickly anyway. I mean, I've done 8-week preps, I've done 12-week preps, but the rate of fat loss and the visual change is the same kind of rate that I would see at like 6 weeks out. So being at just over 12 weeks out, that's a good place to be. So my body's clearly responding really well, and I touched on that in the last video with regards to us. I think it's down to my digestion being a lot better. I think that has a major role in how well my body's burning body fat and getting in condition. So really chuffed for that. So this past check-in, nothing changed again. Dropped another 2.7 pounds last week, and then we put in our first high carb day on the Thursday, which is only like 750 gram of carbs, which is only a 50% increase on top of what I usually do. So I'm right now around 500 gram of carbs on a training day and 750 on a high day, and that seemed to stall my weight a wee bit and then just give me a little bit of a boost fullness wise. So like I said to Nick, is I don't feel flat, I don't look flat. I'm not hungry that much really. I mean, there's odd spells through the day, but I'm definitely not at the point where I'm craving food or caring about food. I still, that kind of mindset when you're 7,000 calories deep in an off season where you hate food, I'm kind of still there. So it's been a bit of a dawdle thus far. And at my heaviest 303, we're now 275 on the button, so that's 28 pounds that have come off since the start of September, and purely because I took the food down, or Nick and I took the food down to just help my digestive system out a wee bit. So, and then periodically we just kept lowering it until we got to 20 weeks out, and then from there we started the prep. So, but yeah, no changes, and that's absolutely fine with me. As long as I keep coming in, that's the main thing. And it's important not to make too many changes right off the bat and start using all your tools in one go. We want to keep as much things in the toolbox, so to speak, as possible that we can use down the line. So plenty to work with. I actually threw in 20 milligram of yohimbine. I've never used yohimbine before, so I just wanted to see what happens, and thus far I've seen nothing happen. So I don't know if I'll keep it in, I might not. That was the only change, but I've done that off my own back. Nick didn't tell me to do that. Delighted where we are. Like I said, 12.5 weeks to the first one, and then I think Alicante is 3 or 4 weeks after that, 3 weeks after that. So I'm in a very good position in my opinion. So yeah, we'll do legs today, and similar setup to what we did before. The only difference is today is I'm by myself, so I might change out a few things. I might not do. Previously we were doing one working set on the leg extension. I might do a rest pause set on that, or a big drop set thing, just because I don't have the assisted hand there. And then on the horizontal leg press should be okay, but hack squat, I'll wait and see what happens with that. I might do 2 sets today, whereby one of them's a cluster set, rather than one all-out set with like 8.5 plates. Without Chris being there, I don't really trust anyone else to spot me, so I might just do something a little bit more word to the wise with that one. But I'll play as it comes. Like I said, even in prep, it's still been a bit it's been intuitive, but it's still kind of been on the same kind of regimen as we've been doing in previous sessions. But we've still got that kind of, if I want to throw in something here, I'll do it, so on and so forth. So right now, I'm just taking each day as it comes, really. Just make sure I tick every box every single day and doing it that way. And I'm not getting too caught up with the logbook either. I had this conversation with Josh Dougal last week, both kind of moving away from constantly logging all the time and only deciding whether a session was good or not by the numbers in a logbook, which isn't the case. So anyway, crack on with the leg session now, and then yeah, see how brutal it can be. Cheers. Quite bad for having connection issues with the left glute. So start sticking in 2 sets of abductor prior to the session, and just helps just a wee bit connect with the glute a little bit more. So I think like in the off season, like my glutes are quite good, and as soon as I diet, they disappear. So there's obviously not a lot there. Same setup with this, so I've been starting with the lying plate loaded for quite a while now, so it's still just one working set, all out failure. Not to be a prick or anything, but I think I've got enough hamstring, so I don't do too much in terms of direct work on the hamstring. So just one working set, hopefully hit 10 plus reps. Usually, like I said, Chris would be here to give me 4 reps and a negative, but we'll just go to failure today. I don't mind just doing that, just doing one working set by myself until I hit failure. But with the leg extension, I want to get a little bit more out of that, and without a training partner, we'll just do, I'll change my mind, we'll do a increasing tempo drop set. So I'll explain that when we get to the leg extension though. So just one working set, all out. Way easier. So again, I'm not logbooking anything. I have a vague idea of what I'm doing weight-wise. But for instance, if that felt a tad too heavy, I would have just done 3 plates, but I've added on a wee half there. And that's kind of what we've been doing recently, is just going by feel rather than strict logbooking, and we've been doing that for quite a while now, so definitely not lost any size, so that's the main thing. Again, when you know training inside out, you know your body inside out, it's probably best to just kind of maneuver the session as you go rather than coming in with a strict no hold bars, no deviation, no deviations to the set. I don't like doing that anymore, so getting pure angry as well. So see when the prep's going on, energy starts going out the window and that, and you start missing numbers, and it's quite infuriating, and it can also make out as if the session's not been a good one or it's been a failure, but that's not the case. Unless you literally walk out halfway through, then it's not a failure, so, which I've done in the past as well. Right. See, my leg recovery has been really good recently. I think just prioritising sleep, making sure I'm getting 8 hours. I think that's the biggest thing that's changed. I haven't changed my sleep supplementation or anything like that. I usually run sleep supplementation year round, and it differs in strength depending on the phase that I'm in. So, for instance, in off season, I can only take just like magnesium, theanine, apigenin, and then as we kind of approach the show, as sleep starts to get worse due to hunger and stimulants and stuff like that, I'll start throwing in melatonin, and then we'll start using cannabis oil eventually as well when it gets really bad. So hopefully you can avoid that going forward. But yeah, like I said, my leg recovery has been phenomenal recently, so I think it's reflected in the look of my leg as well. So I'm starting to get quite dry and hard already compared to previous years where, like I said upstairs, I kind of hit the 12-week out, 10-week out mark, and I never regain a fresh set of legs until the prep's over. So I need to stay on top of that. So keeping the volume relatively low and the poundage is relatively high, I think that's what's contributing as well, along with the improved sleep. So, and the low volume hasn't really been out of to help recovery. It was purely down to the fact that I just don't feel I need to be doing mad amounts of volume to make my legs grow, which is quite fortunate, obviously, but just continue to run with that, and that seems to be the case of the outcome of everything that's happened there. So I was dead excited to use this when this came in, but it's already broken, so can't. Like I said, we're going to do a working set, take that to all-out failure, strip 2 plates, changing negatives to 5 seconds, strip probably another 2 plates, and then do 7-second negatives. Again, this is to counter not having Chris giving me 4 reps. So just another way of taking it past failure. I do prefer 4 reps because it's over faster. But you can throw in these drop set movements and these tweaks to tempo just to kind of get that last little bit out. So.
I don't need your money, you can pay me in respect. Cause once I do it big, what's to follow is a check. I need 100 bags, nothing more, nothing less. And the ops feel away, cause I'm next, I'm a threat. Oh yeah, really y'all don't know this, y'all in danger, I'm a threat. I'm a gamble with your life, cause you know that it's a bet. It's a bet, no I ain't letting up, my foot is on the net. Take my word for it, this is a promise and a threat. Really y'all don't know this, y'all in danger, I'm a threat. Flow so sick, it's sensitive. Y'all still talk like Dracula. Sip this beat, let's break it. I don't care about critics, cause they talk too much. And I know that I gotta keep on grinding, finding myself. I ain't gonna stop until I know I had enough. Mama, I made it, I know that you see me. I'm popping these bottles just like I'm eating. I'm glad that you made me. It's all in my DNA. I'm about my chips like I'm working for Frito-Lay. And bet the bag on myself. I do it for my health. Every thread is a champion. Got the title, need a belt. I don't need your money, you can pay me in respect. Once I do it big, what's to follow is a check. I need 100 bags, nothing more, nothing less. And the ops feel away, cause I'm next, I'm a threat. Oh yeah, really y'all know this, y'all in danger, I'm a threat. It's a gamble with your life, cause you know that it's a bet. It's a bet, no I ain't letting up, my foot is on your neck. Take my word for it, this a promise and a threat. Really y'all don't know this, y'all in danger, I'm a threat. Gamble with your life, cause you know that it's a bet. It's a bet, no I ain't letting up, my foot is on your neck. Take my word for it, this a promise and a threat. Still in fix, but you come a young boss. Eating real good, so a man's gon' floss. Got my way up in my view real posh. You a frisbee man, so that mean you get tossed. Got a new crib, sitting yo in the back. I was ran up, had a split with the chaps. Realest in the city, in my rep that I fat. But your man's only chat. I do it in the raps like that, man. Squad go lost and don't really care what it costs them. You don't wanna cost some. My lifestyle awesome. Getting decided, my gal want it too, so I butt them. Don't run trap, but I run up the check. Run, do it real big, gotta run up the next. Point to the sky with the one up, I'm blessed. I'm young, rich and black, so you know I'm a threat.
So horizontal leg press or pendulum leg press, whatever we'll call it. We're just going to do one working set here, all out failure with as heavy as we can go. Been topping out at like 440 recently, and yeah, just a case of trying to just see what numbers we can get. I'm not, again, weight wise, I can handle that weight, I get a good pump from it, I can feel the quad work, I can feel the leg work. So that's obviously as important as the load we're using. But yeah, probably roughly maybe about 440. And Chris sometimes gives me a force rep on this, but not always. So this will probably be similar to what I do by myself. With Chris, sorry. So hack squat, so for God knows how long, we're just doing one working set, going as heavy as we can for as many reps as we can. So, but again, no spotter today, so I'll decide what I want to do when I warm up. If I go up to 8 plates and think I can bang out a set by myself, then I'll do that. If not, drop the weight down a wee bit, still do a set to failure or close to it, and then do a cluster after. I'm undecided, so I'll just work up. Just take it 2 plates at a time and just see how the weight feels and then go from there. So.
There's not a man that I fear. There's nobody here that can stop me. Cause I'm in a league of my own, kid. Y'all can just sit back and watch me. They know who I am, they can't imitate. Don't stay in your lane, I'm a sex straight. I'm putting my way to the top. You get in my way, you know that I'm a renovate. You know I'm about to lock it. I'm the monster, they was looking for you like the Loch Ness. Like a nigga, don't even stop it. They can never reach me where I'm at, I'm in a rocket carpet. In other words, you can't touch me. It's like I got the ball in this bubble. And you won't see me when I'm coming through. You can't stop me, I'm running through. I'm untouchable. I'm untouchable.
Yeah, nice move down. Is it the fourth hole? Okay, so that's where I was last season.
Fight for from. I'm the giant that they running from. Taking shots, think they jump the gun. If they go against me, then they done. You cannot handle this. I don't think you can picture the damages. I know when it's gonna be a first place. You gon' need first aid. Think you need bandages. You know I'm about to lock it. I'm the monster that it's like the Loch Ness. They gon' knock me out the door, they better stop it. They can never reach me where I'm at.
We're doing one. We'll do one all-out set. That 7 plate felt really good. So. By that logic, 8 plates will feel even better. So that's what I've been doing for ages now. Just one all-out set, go to failure. I can bail that hack squat, no bother as well. So it's fine. Don't need. I'm just missing out on like a half force rep. Chris doesn't usually give me too much in this. It's a bit dangerous when you've got someone underneath that amount of weight trying to push it up. So I don't want to hurt him. So I tend not to take anything more than just like the top half, which is fine. So if I'm gonna go by myself, I should get roughly where I need to be by myself, so should be fine. But yeah, aiming for 8 reps here. I'm the giant that they running from. Taking shots, I jump the gun. If they go against me, then they done. You cannot handle this. I don't think you can picture the damages. I know it's gonna be a first place. You gon' need first aid. Think you need bandages. I'm about to lock it. Yeah. They was looking for this like the Loch Ness. They gon' knock me out the door, they better stop it. They can never reach me where I'm at. I'm in a rocket. In other words, you can't touch me. It's like I got the ball in this bubble. Yeah. I'm running through. This would be good for the thumbnail. That was a wee bit better than last week. In terms of last week, I felt I was trying to force it up to the balls of my feet, so I was a lot more emphasis on pushing through my heel rather than coming up like that. That made a huge difference. So I felt that a lot more through the quad than compared to my lower back. There's that tendency when you are starting to fatigue and tire to lift the heel. It's just your body's natural way of trying to distribute stress. Like you would if you're seeing someone bench press lifting the hips off the bench. It's just your body trying to struggle out of the position, but you have to try and fight that no matter the lift. So, but no, that felt good. Just as well, I'm nice and supple. Like a bar of soap at the end there. That, boom. Fuck. So there's three sets of 15 to 20. Nothing wild here. So that wraps up another leg day. So as I stated many times in that session, so not having Chris, we've lost the kind of force rep, a few force reps here and there, but as you can see, it was still a brilliant session. So that's been the setup for a long time in terms of the exercise order, and swapped out the leg extension rather than doing one all-out set with a couple of force and a negative. We put in the drop setter with escalating tempo. So that was good to do that again. That was a horrific burn that I've not felt in quite a long time. So again, it's nice to swap things in and out and not be too married to one particular method. So, and the hack, like I stated there, I kind of felt last week I was like pushing up off my toes, and that kind of hits my lower back more than anything else and throws my SI joint off. So I was trying to reinforce to myself to go through the heels, which does make the movement a little bit harder. So, but no, that felt a lot better, and my legs feel a bit numb just now, so, which is good. So, 12 and a half weeks out, everything's rolling smoothly. Training's still excellent. I'm having great sessions across the board. Strength is still climbing, although we're not monitoring it. You can still tell if it's going up or not. For instance, like when I unloaded the hack on the working set, I just felt more powerful within the movement itself and within the machine. Because sometimes when you do like a squat movement, as soon as you unload the bar or the machine or whatever it is, you can feel that kind of like compressing your spine, just kind of crushing you. So the body's obviously strong enough to kind of fight back against the weight of the machine, so which I'm happy with. But no, delighted, again, what I said at the start, delighted with how things are going. I think Nick and I have definitely got a great setup going forward, and it just seems to be falling off me, so touch wood. So the plan isn't necessarily to be ready early, because I've done so many preps with Nick that we kind of know thereabouts how the body lands. So if we can be ready, just say 2 weeks out, and just start kind of pulling things out or pulling things back as of the 2 week out mark, then that'd be great. So the last show, again, I don't count the Ben Weider as an outing. My body was ruined. I should not have done that show. That was over a year's worth of prep. But the Arnold US, I was very happy with my conditioning there. Maybe not my fullness, but again, I had been dieting for a year. But conditioning wise, I know how I brought that, and that was done in 8 weeks. So it's very exciting to see, with 12 and a half weeks to go, holding a lot more muscle mass. It'll be exciting to see where the body lands. So yeah, again, I've no pressure on myself. I want to win. I don't believe anyone that says they don't, or they're happy you know, just taking part. I 100% want to win. You know, I've devoted my life to this stupid sport, so of course I want to win. But at the same time, you know, I'm just doing everything I can, making sure every day counts, and just seeing how all the chips fall at the end. So, but yeah, kind of going off a tangent there. It's another great session, another 11 or 10 leg sessions to go. So it's going to be very interesting to see how things move forward. So thanks again, guys. Do all the social media stuff for me, and I'll speak to you soon. Cheers.